So many people have to violate their own internal boundaries to make money. Um, I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube from these teachers who quit their jobs, and they always look like these kindest people. It's men and women. They just were there for the kids. They just wanted to teach kids and help kids and give kids a better life. And teaching used to be a very respectable profession. I know when people misbehaved, nobody dared misbehave when I went to school. There was detention, there were consequences. But now, as a society, so many people have lost respect for adults, for teachers. Maybe the schooling and the education system has changed with No Child Left Behind and less recess, and kids are getting bored, and teachers are overwhelmed with so much administrative work, and parents are allowed to be so demanding. Um, and then also the pay hasn't kept up with the rising cost of housing and healthcare and all of that, and so many teachers are just burnt out. Same with nurses. It used to be that nursing was considered a very respectable profession where you could make good money. But so many nurses are quitting because the staff to patient ratio is just, there are too many patients because they're trying to squeeze money out of every, they call it rising productivity, but really it's just exploiting the workers. Like, how much more work can we siphon out of these people without paying them really that much? And so they're burned out, and they have to do a lot of administrative work. They're burnt out. Even with the realtors, you can have some nasty clients. You can be a therapist and have to deal with these really ridiculous insurance company requirements. It seems like in so many jobs, you have to either deal with a difficult boss, difficult customers, long commutes, long hours, in short, not being respected, not being appreciated. And I think that's very sad, but I don't think people always just, people think, oh, this person is really working hard and they're really under stress and they can handle it. But I don't know if people always consider how that person feels. Repulsed, angry, frustrated, sad, and sometimes maybe ashamed because they have to do things to keep their job that they don't want to do. What if you're a scientist and you have to apply for grants, but the only grants you can get are the grants from Big Pharma, and they're not going to keep funding you if you find that their drug doesn't work? Or what if you're in sales for a defense contractor and you have to promote war, and it goes against your values? Or what if you were a teacher that had to put a mask on a toddler and you didn't want to do that? I don't think that we always talk about how people feel when they're disrespected in their work or they're not able to be authentic. I really think that if somebody has a job where they feel financially appreciated and they feel respected and they have decent hours so that they have a quality of life so they can actually exercise and get enough sleep, I wonder what percentage of the population could really claim to have that. I think a lot of people are stuck indoors with not enough fresh air and light, having to sit a long period of time or do very heavy or dangerous jobs, maybe in the hot sun or in the weather, and they don't have enough time to exercise, take care of their kids, be with their families, and get enough sleep and feel respected and whole in themselves. But hey, we got money, our government has all their attention on the wars, and they don't want to deal with any of the stuff. No one wants to talk about this stuff at the government level, and nobody really wants to protest because you can get canceled, or people have a very low tolerance for disagreement anymore. All these conservative, news people like Dave Rubin and Ben Shapiro, and I watch a lot of different stuff, kind of clips here and there. They were for free speech when it was all about, you know, the left wanting to shut them down. But now that they're all upset about, you know, Gaza not wanting to be occupied by Israel, now they don't want free speech anymore. They're very upset. People get very upset. You know, I want to go outside and be like, no more wars, but I'm afraid someone might shoot me. People get so hostile to anyone who disagrees with them. And they want to fight. They just want to fight, 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 you know? Let's go get them. Like, let's take a deep breath. You know, one thing that's always good is to just chill, take a deep breath, use a little diplomacy. But anyway, when it comes to working for other people, I think it's really hard to be a good boss. But then also, if you're a public company, you're beholden to the shareholders and making more and more profits, and nobody really cares that much about the people. So I guess this is just a video to give some empathy to your situation. If your job sucks, if you hate your job, you are not alone. I know a lot of people in that situation, and I even know people who say they love their job, but then they tell me all the bullshit they have to put up with and all the dysfunctional people they have to put up with, and I'm like, I think that you've just become tolerant to dysfunction and abuse. And they'll be like, well, if I don't put up with this kind of treatment, I wouldn't have a job. So they just put up with it. They think it's normal to have people be not keep their word, or to be difficult, or to lie to them, or go behind their back, or not pay them on time, or to just somehow make their life difficult and disrespect them in some way. They think that's what they have to put up with to make money, you know. That's what they think. And maybe they do. It's just feels very wrong to me. Like, I don't think we were born to live that kind of a life. So that's all I wanted to say on this video. Oh, and one more thing. A lot of people don't even make enough money to pay their bills. A lot of people don't make enough money to pay their bills, even teachers. What if you're, you know, a secretary, or you're a trash collector, or you're a bookkeeper, or you're a librarian, or you're a personal trainer? You know, you have a lot of skills, you're very committed to your job, you show up on time, you get your work done, but you're fucking broke. You have trouble, your car breaks down, you can't pay it. You're using your credit cards to pay for your gas and your food. There are a lot of people in that situation. There are also people getting evicted. You know, they're one health catastrophe away from being evicted. There are moms who have to drop their newborns off at daycare so they can go to work. Like, we have, like, people's living situations are often very untenable. And so this video is just to give you some empathy and say that you're not alone. If life feels hard for you, you're not alone. That's all I wanted to say on this video.